Welcome everybody. I'm TantrumKnows. This is University of Life. Tonight we got Bill in.
Hold on.
University of Life. Turn that down. Turn all the devices down. I'm trying to read the comments to see who's up in here. Make sure y'all like the stream when y'all come in. And we'll go from there. Make sure y'all like the stream when y'all come in. Go from there. We're gonna spin a couple wheels and talk about a couple things tonight. Go off some random topics, just come chill. Y'all can call in too, the phone number is right there. If y'all wanna call in and ask Tantrum or Bill any questions.
The phone number drawn by me. I'm not the artist though, so that makes no sense.
I was trying to have him touch up his drawing skills.
I ain't drawn since I was in school.
Our church, how you feeling today? I hope all is well with you and your family. I've been super busy over here. It's been super busy. Just trying to get ahead. Granddad got out of the hospital and they put him in assisted living, but it's gonna cost him about $10,000, $10,000 a month. So,
welcome to America.
Welcome to America.
Land of the poor.
All right, let me see something real quick. Still celebrating your birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right, so the first thing on the wheel is success, what nobody shows online, right? So that'll be the first thing we talk about. Dang, 65 years on earth, that's a blessing I cherish. If I could keep my stuff together that long, where I could be 65, that would be a blessing.
Yeah, I'm not making it.
Huh?
I said, yeah, I'm not making it.
What, the 65?
Yeah.
Why you say
that?
You just gotta start
smoking, drinking.
You gotta quit smoking and drinking like that.
But it's delicious.
Just keep going. All right, so the first thing on the wheel is success, what nobody shows online. So what do you, when I say that, right, what do you think about?
How hard it is to be successful. Like, I don't know much about success, but it seems you gotta get up early and do a lot of shit you don't want to do.
Yeah. Our church said my dad is 88. He did it all. Yes. Amen to that. So when I say the word success, what nobody shows online, right? You got to look at the things behind the scenes that people work on too. So think about them big editors and people that edit videos or make movies. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So you don't always have to be in front of the camera to make things happen, right? Think about the cameraman, right? Them people that's flying around with them human parachutes, you know, them little gliders they got now, right? No one even thinks about the cameraman that's following them around.
Yeah. I seen something Gordon Ramsay said he works 5 days a week. He takes the weekends off to be with his family, but he works 16-hour days.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just a lot of putting in a lot of time.
16-hour days is a long time.
Yeah.
So if anyone got questions, you can feel free to call in. All right, so the next thing we're gonna say, the next thing on the wheel, we're spinning wheels and we're just talking about random stuff, right? While we'll catch the chat and try to answer as many questions, and like I said, y'all can call in, or we'll just keep spinning the wheel and just talking about random stuff. Make sure you like the stream, please, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 7,500 subscribers ASAP. I would appreciate it.
Success is failure attempted repeatedly.
Yes, right. So like, for example, you go out there and shoot that first basketball and you don't come nowhere close to the rim, it's like, man, this ain't for me, I give up. But if you keep shooting, man, pretty soon you might get it down like, hold up, I'm actually good at this. Next thing you know, you're shooting shots from everywhere.
There's
right?
Steph Curry.
So why do you think people resist change?
people get comfortable with the way things are, and I know sometimes it's hard for change. Sometimes it has to happen and things get better. You never know what's going to happen until you're in the situation.
I agree with that. I feel like a lot of people are comfortable at where they're at, so they don't want to change, and so
Or afraid to try something new.
yeah, makes sense. It is Saturday. He is the artist. You have any questions?
I don't have any questions.
He said he ain't had no questions.
Nobody has any questions.
Well, there's a lot of people in the background that might not want to say nothing.
They could call in. Say it anonymously. That's how things would have to be done from now on. Anonymously. Or you get arrested and prosecuted and sent out of the country.
Oh no. So who was that? Ice?
Ice, yeah.
Ice. Yeah. How do you feel about Ice?
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary?
Familiar. Anybody that's a history buff should see the familiarity in it. Like with the stormtroopers in the 30s.
Our church said, bend your knees, square up to the basket, flick risk and release. Our church, she used to be a basketball coach for the ladies.
Oh.
You know, she's an older lady now, like 65. So she's lived a long time.
I bend my knees, but they don't cooperate. They just buckle.
Your knees buckle?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what's the next spin.
And they make cracking sounds like ice. Speaking of ice.
Healing, the work people avoid. What y'all think about that? Healing, the work that people avoid. Think maybe some things people don't want to do because it's hard. Like, for example, when I'm typing, right? Sometimes when I'm typing on the keyboard right here, I get frustrated. And I feel like I got too much energy to be sitting down just all day tattooing at the keyboard or something like that, and I'll be ready to get up and punch the wall, right? But so I'll get up and I'll give myself a little break, but then I'll go right back to the keyboard because I want to mentally get myself stronger for that, right? So I mean, that don't really have nothing to do with healing. Like, I don't want to get into emotions because I'm not really an emotional type person, but that was my first thought when it came to that. What about you?
I'm a Cancer, so I'm a very emotional person. I think the healing is the same thing, kind of like with the work ethic. People just don't want to do it because it's difficult to face demons or things you've dealt with in the past or things you've gone through and try to go forward and try to succeed, because sometimes it is hard. And it's not like the system makes it any better to succeed. Things are put in place for us to be failures, be poor, be broke.
Desi, how you feeling, brother? Yeah, so you feel like the system's rigged?
Yeah, definitely. For rich people, of course.
The rich and the smart, right?
Well, sometimes the smart don't get rich, and sometimes the rich are stupid. So, a lot of it's luck, too. A lot of it's who you are, who you know, who you're related to.
Who you're born into
Yeah.
family with. So, I had looked up something, and let me see if I can find it. We were talking about how all the presidents of the United States, almost every last one of them, is linked back to one person, one king. And like, so if there's a Democrat, like let's say running against a Republican, the whole United States thinks it's a Democrat and Republican run against each other, right? I think it was John Kerry and Bush was the last one, right? So you thought the All America thought they were running against each other, but on the low, they were from the same secret society, Skull and Bones, and they're on the same team from out Yale, right? So it didn't matter who won the president. That's who controlled the United States. It wasn't the Democrats or the Republicans.
It was Dick Cheney.
You said Dick
Cheney was controlling the United States. Yeah, so what do you say? They all come back from a single king? Okay, incest. They all come from one guy.
Desi said cancer sign. He for real. Hey, bro. Let's see. Y'all good. Rig system. Underworld 2. When Jay Carey was on, he was. I can't see what it says. He was the same. Oh, yeah. For sure.
You talking about Joe Carey?
No. He's talking about John Kerry.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, Jim Carrey? Well, that's...
So when you start following politics, it's crazy, right? And you start following the money, you start really seeing who's who and what's going on, right?
Yeah, first person I voted for was John Kerry. Disappointment there. But the next person I got to vote for was Obama, so I was fine with that.
So, let's see here. I had to start drawing some stuff. You said you voted for Obama. So, who y'all voting for, Obama or Trump in 2028? Because you already know they're going to go in there and rewrite the 22nd Amendment, right?
I think it ain't ready again. You got problems with this guy right here, though. So,
yeah, I think this guy is going to be the winner on the winning team. You know what I'm saying? Like, might not like a lot of his politics, but if I had to bet my last dollar, I would say this guy's going to be around until God chooses otherwise.
Because he's rigged things from the inside, that's what he's doing already.
It's all rigged. It's a rigged system. He just playing the game better than the rest of the players. So it feels like Donald Trump, he knows it's rigged and he knows what he got to do to get it done, right? And that's messed up. So if our Constitution is being under attack, right, by supposedly our president and our government, right? Yeah, go on, you can throw that down there too. By our government, right? If you think about it, right, does our Constitution need to be rewritten? Like, think about it. It was written by slave owners. And then AI is moving so fast and the world's moving so fast that someone's going to have to dictate and see over some of this stuff, or the wrong people are going to have the wrong tools. In the end, it's going to be here regardless. So that just tells me, and I definitely would be the one that y'all would never hear it from, to say that in the future, it's going to have to be some type of dictatorship.
That's the great thing about the Constitution. It's meant to be rewritten. That's why it has amendments. But it's been over 30 years since we changed anything in it, so maybe it's time to look at some things and that they were doing back in the 1700s that we don't necessarily need to do today. Like the whole thing about quartering soldiers seems kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody out here said Obama was on the same side to a cousin of the Bushes. Well, the way that George looks at Michelle, that goes back to the incestuous nature of America, if that's true.
So what do you think about all these files coming out?
Are they going to come out? I want to see them. I've seen some things, but now you never know what's true and what's not true.
Well, I feel like everyone's coming out saying that Trump is in these files, right? But if Trump's team is the one releasing the files, why would they release stuff with Trump's name in it? So to me, it's a whole bunch of fake media going on. And
all that stuff's redacted, though. We don't know if he's in it. There's black boxes that don't say some things.
Yeah, no, I get that, right?
Why is it taking them so long to release it in the first place?
I get that, right? And I get all that. And even if he was in there, he wasn't going to be in there no more. You understand? You know what I'm saying? If you think about the timing, right? Jeffrey got arrested and he disappeared, and then Trump took place, and then right before these midterms come in, the list comes out. All kinds of stuff is going on, man. It's moving so much that the average person is not gonna pay attention. It's gonna be too much information for one person to process, and they're gonna get tired of trying to process it. And then guess who wins? Skull and Bones.
I think people will pay attention if what's in these files is in these files.
They should. Do you know how powerful that dude was? They say he had the president of India doing what he wanted to do.
Who's that? Trump?
Nah, Jeffrey.
Oh.
I try to use code words. Code Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey Dahmer. Might as well be.
When really all these guys are probably singing "Thank Heaven for Little Girls."
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bill Clinton, Trump. I don't want to see Obama, but you never know.
There was a whole bunch of rich people, man.
You never know people's true intentions till they're revealed. And sometimes you're like, I knew it, and sometimes you're like, I feel like an asshole for missing the signs. That just means they're good at hiding it, and they're deceptive. That's why so many people believe in Trump. He doesn't have to hide stuff anymore. People just go with whatever he would do. Like this stuff in the Epstein files. I feel like even if it was released, the Republicans are still they're gonna love him even more. Yeah.
Probably so, man. Probably so.
It's time for a woman president. Oh, I wonder who wrote that.
I said that too. Hold on. Someone said something that. Let me go back to the comments.
Yes,
I
my
said
wife.
I said that the other day, right? And we had that discussion that we feel like. Well, I said it would be cool if there was a woman president, right? But after debating the topic, people agreed if that woman president didn't have a team of other women, that they would put so much pressure on them from all different angles. They would try to sabotage her.
Now your woman's on here talking about, yes, a woman would be great.
Sleepy girl, your wife, laugh out loud. Yes, a woman would be great. LOL.
Hey, I tried to vote for Harris.
Yeah, Kamala Harris, she said a lot of lies too, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're all lying.
She said a lot of truths too. If you watch back the things she was saying, everything's happening.
Well, there's a lot of things I disagree with Trump on, and when I look it up and try to verify why I feel the way I do, the computer gives me a more clear understanding to why I should just think one way off the rip, you know what I mean? And so it gives me a balanced equation so I can kind of analyze. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on under the table for sure.
This dude's plugged into Skynet. We lost him.
Cool.
Somebody give me John Connor, Terminator reference.
Oh, man.
The robots taking over.
Robots gonna take over quick. What's up, Antonio? How you feeling? Please like the stream. We're talking a little bit of politics. Would y'all vote for Trump 2028 or Obama 2028? And y'all could call in if y'all want. And we could talk about that. But please be respectful.
Or none of the above, like Brewster's Millions.
Sharpshooter, how you feeling, brother, man? We in here talking a little bit of politics, spinning the wheel.
Yeah, what's the next
Let's see
subject?
The next subject to talk about before we end up going back to politics. Boundaries, love or selfishness, right? What's the first thing you think about when you think about that?
Taking a dump.
Yeah.
I know somebody in the bathroom with me when I'm taking a dump.
Yeah. I don't really think nothing about that. Boundaries, love.
That's more like I'm trying to do you a favor here, so you ain't gotta go through this dump with me.
Boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass on that one. What y'all think?
Yeah.
I wish we could play music in the background. Right? Truth. Is it comfort or clarity? Right? When you think about truth, would you rather be comfortable knowing the truth, or would you rather have more clarity?
So it's like the red pill, blue pill from the Matrix. Do you want to know
I never really watched
how the
the
sausage
Matrix.
is made? Or
Yeah.
would you just rather have the sausage? I think it's always better to know the truth and know where you stand.
Well, that's the thing, though, right? Because when you say truth, right, sometimes you feel like if you lie to someone, it's better for mankind. Think about religion, right? We're not really going to go into too much about religion, but there's so many different religions that are lies, but people are comfortable with the lies they're told, so they're content for life. And if they didn't have that religion, it might be chaos and no peace.
Wait, what lies are you talking about?
Well, I'm just saying in certain religions. I'm not going to just point a religion out or just say one religion's faker than the next. I'm just going to say, just use religion as an example. Religion comforts people, right? And I'd rather, to me, I'd rather be clear of what's going on. So I'd rather you tell me the truth, right? So I know what's going on, than to tell me lies, right? But most of the world is more comfortable with the lies than knowing the actual truth.
But they don't think they're lies. They think they're truths.
2 + 2 = 5, right?
Because there's good speakers, like these two, in the world, that can get you to believe things that might not be factual.
If it was music in the background, what kind of music? I know, right? Because, we might have to play the national anthem, right? Get the American flag. Nah, I'm just playing, right? But I'm not sure what kind of music we play in the background, right?
Everything.
Yeah,
Except for Taylor Swift. No Taylor Swift.
He said no Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying. Make sure y'all hit that like button and see the little hearts, emojis, and the hundreds on the side. Make sure you tap that screen, please. All right, so let's go to the next thing. Let's see what you think about. Let's see if we could turn this all back
Jazzy hip hop.
to trauma. What it teaches you.
Definitely some 90s hip hop.
What it teaches you if you listen.
Trauma, what it teaches you if you listen.
Does that make sense to you?
I'm thinking, first off, I'm thinking like physical trauma.
That's why you started speaking.
Say you do something, you break your leg, you're like, I'm not going to do that anymore. Or I'm going to find a different way to do it. So I break my leg.
Car accident, running through that stop signs, etc. That's what I get.
Or people who've been perhaps molested in the past or something, think about what they did wrong or ways they could have avoided it when it really wasn't their fault. Sometimes people think too much about trauma. Sometimes people don't think enough about it. You gotta get a balance of what's right, I guess.
It makes sense. Who you think's gonna win that Super Bowl tomorrow?
Seahawks, definitely.
The
They're getting their revenge.
I don't know. It's gonna be a good one. I guess I'll hear about it because I don't watch sports like that.
Because I hate Tom Brady, so I could never root for the Patriots.
When it comes to respect, earned or demanded? Sleepy Girl says Seahawks.
Earned and demanded. I think you gotta earn it. You should always earn respect. But if people don't want to give you respect that you feel like you've earned, Then you gotta be like, you know what, damn it,
So
I'm awesome.
So I look at it like this, right? So I look at respect. It's like you earn it, but the way you carry yourself should show that you demand it. But when you talk to people, it will prove that you deserve it. You know what I mean? Like that you earned it. Do you understand what I mean? Like if say two people are walking down the street and there's some little youngsters, right? And they're like 12 years old, and they see two dudes walking down the streets that look like they're poor, messed up shoes or something. And the two dudes is like, "Hey y'all, get out the street, skin leg, go home." Them kids are gonna be like, "F you," you know what I'm saying? Get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be trying to listen. But let's just say me and you, we dress up and we go walking down the street, and I tell little homies, "Hey man, look, ain't it getting late, little homie? Why don't you check it on in for the night?" The little homies, even if they don't know me, they'll be like, "You know what, you're right, OG," and they're gonna shoot into the crib. So I feel like even if you don't know somebody, if you carry yourself a certain type of way, that they should catch on.
I don't think it should matter what you look like, though.
Yeah,
To
but
get
people,
respect, like homeless people, like.
yeah, I get it, right? The average person that when you get older, that's when people like me and you know a crackhead could teach you a lot, or a homeless person could sit there and teach you something that you thought you could never learn. But a little kid ain't thinking like that. You know what I mean? And so what you want to do is just carry yourself the correct way where I feel like everybody will just give you your respect. So like you kind of demand it, but you earn it at the same time. So it's kind of close to what you're saying, just a little bit different.
Osmond 2244, Free Palestine.
Free Palestine for sure, man. For sure, for sure. Make sure you like and subscribe, man.
Or just like
Salam alaikum, my
stop
kid.
killing people everywhere.
Free Palestine. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I don't think no women, no children, I don't care what race, what religion, none of that should be going through what the people of Palestine are going through. And people could be mad at me all they want for that, right? But at the end of the day, the little kids don't know about gold, they don't know about money, they don't know even about religion right away. They know about bombs and all this weird stuff going on. And it just fuels more hate. I tell people all the time, I can teach Islam, Christianity, and Judaism at the same time. And then as I tell the story, I can tell you where they all separate, right? And all I got to say is that God is going to have common sense. And he's probably not going to judge us by our religion. I hate to tell everyone, he's probably going to judge us by our hearts. He knows who's good and who's evil. If y'all really think about it, 95% of Christians, good people. 95% of Jewish people, good people. 95% of Muslims, good people, right? It's that 5% that'll ruin it all for everybody and have everybody fighting over color, religion, left, right, Democrat, Republican, etc. It's just a division. And some of us, we call it the Satan or the devil. So just be aware of the different traps going on because they want us to be divided. If you look on the news right now, I don't see protesters going against ICE. I see a whole bunch of demons in the street saying who's American and who ain't. They're fighting against each other. Like, it don't even make sense, and they look the same. I'm not going to protest, I'm not going to lie, because I'm not a protest type person, man.
Well, they don't look like nothing because they got those masks on their face because they're afraid to show who they really are.
Yeah, I get it, right? I get it. And they're messing with the public.
Mortal Kombat, yeah, because that makes sense.
Mortal Kombat, talking about the machine.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. Rob Warren Court, courage, blessings to you, man. Blessings back, bro. Blessings back. We're just kind of talking a little bit about what's going on with the world. We're spinning the positive wheel and things to talk about, and then we're kind of bringing it back to politics about what's going on, trying to wake the people up, educate a little bit with some motivation. If y'all had any questions or had any kind of response or wanted to say anything, y'all can feel free to call in. Just please keep it polite. Education, what school never explains. What's the first thing that pops your mind when it comes to that, y'all? Education, what school never explained.
You need to go to school for a long time to get a decent job.
You say you need to?
Yeah. And sometimes even then it doesn't help.
I feel like what school didn't explain is that, all right, so school will teach you how to become a doctor per se, right? A real good doctor. So you get out of school, you go to college, you go into debt. And then you get a job at a hospital. If you're a good doctor, they need you there 7 days a week, right? For the next 90 years if you live that old. But what that school don't teach you is you only have to save your money up, invest back into what you're learning already, start your own little firm, get licensed, and you could save way more people and make way more money. Because the rich don't want you to get rich. They don't want you to pass them up.
Because then you're taking their money.
Snapback, how you doing today? Little Michelle, you hear her? She said, let's talk about the wheel thing.
Why don't you come down here and talk about what's on the wheel?
Pain, the price of becoming better.
I better be paying to come down those steps with them knees, huh?
All right, so pain, the price of becoming better. What's the first thing you think about that?
Like anything, like if you're doing trying to get foreign business, it's gonna take you away from your family and sleep and doing things you want to do, and well, just like going to a gym. It takes a lot of pain to get the body you want, and anything that's worth
that's
having requires pain.
That's a good way to look at it. Basically sacrificing a little bit of pain to gain what you want to gain when it comes to fitness.
Love is pain.
So the first thing I thought about when it came to pain and the process of becoming better is when I was doing bad and I wasn't trying to endure pain, I just was running around like a wild chicken with my head cut off doing whatever I wanted to do. I had a million friends. But as I got better and quit drinking and running the streets and gang banging tough, it was like the friends went away. And so it was like, dang, so you gotta go through a balance, like a yin yang. That's how I kind of look at it, right?
Or just the pain you cause other people, and the things people would have to go through because of the pain you caused them when, I don't know. It's hard to say.
I feel like people shouldn't have to go through pain. AI needs to hurry up and make things easier for us. Get us living longer, get us some more money, bigger houses, better food, better health care. All this, we're getting so smart, but it seems like we're evolving backwards. Think about it. Your great-great-grandpa, I don't know about your great-great-grandpa, but I don't know about my great-great-grandpa, but I'm just saying in general, back then, they could send their kid to college, right? And didn't even make a lot of money. The education wasn't even that good, right? Now we work harder and harder and harder, and we got better education, but it's a struggle to send our kids to college. So what happened?
Capitalism.
Capitalism.
Anytime there's like a bump in the road, look at like with coronavirus, all the businesses raise their prices through the roof every time. And then when inflation comes back down and the prices come back down for certain foods or things you would get at the supermarket, there's certain things that don't come back down. They just stay up there. because like we've already risen it. We're not coming back down now and going to lose money. We might as well just stay where we're at.
Because people are comfortable buying it at that price already, and we know they will. So
It's more of like a greed thing. They know that people have to get certain things,
so
like medication and stuff. So they raise the price. Look at the prices of all healthcare in the United States. It's way beyond any other country in the world. Stuff you could go to like Mexico and get for like dimes that would cost hundreds of dollars here. It's ridiculous. And these people ain't listening. They don't do anything about it.
Yeah. I can't see what the sleepy say that messages and everything. Greedy billionaires. Yeah, for sure. It's the billionaires. And that's what we're watching right now. When we watch what's going on in TV, like, they will make a movie and they'll pay millions just to make the movie to let America know what's going on, but y'all will think it's just a movie. If you get what I mean.
I know. What are you talking about? What movie?
So like the movie Civil War or The Matrix or something like that, right? They might be really telling you what's going on at Stargate, right? They got billions, we'll just make them think it's just some sci-fi stuff, but how you know it's all sci-fi, right? Almost everything that we thought was impossible is possible now. So, let's see what's the next thing. The next thing on the wheel, y'all. Let's see. The next question. Let's see, y'all. Let's see. Freedom. Freedom. The discipline nobody wants. What you think about that? Being all the way free. You think that's too much discipline?
To be truly free? You would have to be a billionaire again to own. Then you're not even truly free. You'd have to own land that's owned by somebody, and even if you buy the land, you got to pay them yearly for the land. So, is anybody ever truly free?
Well, I kind of agree, right? Because it's always going to be someone you got to answer to, unless you're like Donald Trump. That's why you got to vote Trump 2028, y'all. No.
Oh, he answers to people too.
I know.
But like maybe some like the North Seminole tribe or some of those tribes that are isolated from the world, maybe they're truly free. Maybe they're not because they don't know about everything in the world.
Right, yeah. Some people just free their mind spiritually, right? And so they're free. That's how I look at it. Whether they're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, a monk, right? Some people tap into that inner self where they're free no matter where they're at. Kind of Christ-like, right?
I think they're still ignoring the chains, though. Everybody's in chains somehow.
For sure, right? Being locked up 15 years of my life and coming out here, I see actually more chains and more traps and more invisible webs that I never thought I'd ever see. Media, shaping minds or reflecting them?
Both.
I feel the same. Both. Why you say both?
Well, there's certain things in media that are true to what's happening in the world. And there's some things like you watch that makes you think. It shapes your worldview and changes how you see things.
I feel the same. If I come on here and I tell you my reflection of my life, and there's little kids like, oh, I could do that too, I could do this, right? And I start shaping their minds by telling my stories and my reflections, right? Not saying that's exactly what that means, but I'm just saying what comes to my mind at first, right? That media, right, could really, it could make or break you. That's why it's important to, if you got kids, to pay attention what they're watching to.
And like, just like the media tries to tell us about Trump, but he's got his own media and ways of controlling the media where he can change the narrative and, whatever he wants to be reality, make it reality. And there's people that actually believe a lot of the things he says, but there's no change in their minds, though. They're dug into what they believe. And that's kind of sad to worship a single normal person like that, like they're a god, when they're just a man with a vagina neck that hangs out, makes you think of turkeys during Thanksgiving.
He said turkeys during
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
He said go, go, go. All right, so confidence built through action or pain?
Through action or pain, I don't know.
That one's a little bit different, right? Confidence, right? I feel like it depends on your talents, right? And it just depends on your task, right? If you're not good at speaking and they tell you get up there in front of that crowd and speak to this whole crowd, you're gonna have some confidence to do that, right? But
I think there's a lot of brain chemistry in it, though. Like, I've always been confident for no reason. No reason for me to be confident, but I always have been. And there's some people that just like worry about things all the time and think they're not good enough when they could be an amazing person. It's how their brain works. It's a lot of stuff we don't know about the brain, how things like confidence work.
yeah, we're learning. Time, why it feels like it's speeding up. Why does it feel like time's speeding up? Does it feel like time, first, does it feel like time's speeding up to you?
Sometimes it feels like it's taking forever.
What y'all think? Y'all think time's speeding up for y'all?
I think that happens when you get older, too.
I think it's natural. As you get older, time starts moving faster, right? You ever notice when you want time to move slow, it goes fast, and when you want things to go fast, it goes slow? Like when you're at work and you want your whole 8 hours and it's boring, you're like, man, you keep looking at that clock and no time is moving, right? You want time to go fast, but it's moving slow. Or say you go to Six Flags, and you're like, man, that day flew by. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's how I
It
look
all
at
depends
that.
on your state of mind, if you're having fun, if you're not. I guess. Stephanie said CERN, that's why time's speeding up.
CERN,
Yeah.
yeah, the CERN program.
Yeah.
Ain't that connected with HARP?
I don't know, they create like mini suns and stuff like that.
Let me see. Hey, ChatGPT, is CERN connected with HARP?
I'm a tool, not something to connect to emotionally. You are hard to your work and life, and I'm just here to give you precise, useful information to empower you.
No, I'm talking about the CERN program connected to the HARP program.
Ah, I see. You're talking about actual tools. CERN, the physics organization, and the HART program don't directly connect in any common project I know of.
Not HARP.
If you mean specific
HARP.
scientific
H.
collaborations, you need to clarify which HART initiative you have in mind.
All right,
If it's a
listen to me.
special
Oh, no, your
program,
robot's starting to
let
get
me know
you.
which one, and I can
This
give
is
you
how it
precise-
begins.
This is how it starts. No, HARP. I hate when it don't stop talking when I'm trying to tell it. Usually when I'm talking to it, it stops talking. Make sure y'all like the stream, please. Yeah, the dang AI, man, it's crazy. All right, so now it's writing. So it got the right thing. So then I'm gonna ask it questions from there. So now it knows what I'm talking about. Heart. I feel like they're trying to learn how to do time travel. You know they know how to travel forward but not backwards.
Yeah, I think Einstein talked about that. It's it's how fast you're traveling through space would slow time down around you, and you want to age, but everything around you would.
So basically, if me and my twin brother were born on the same day, and my twin brother stayed on Earth, right?
Yeah.
And they shot me straight up into space.
Going
right?
like
Going at the speed
light,
of
speed of light.
speed of light for 5 years,
Yeah.
right? and then I came back down, right? When I came back down, I would be 10 years old and my twin brother would be 20. Or it's the other way around. But,
No, you would be younger, he would be older.
Huh?
He would age more rapidly.
Maybe so.
But yeah, they don't really know where to go back in time because.
Alright, can you explain that harp and what we just talked about, CERN, to my YouTube audience, please?
I can explain the concepts just as I do.
Yeah, they've been stuck in the future.
Facts,
That's what happened.
But your audience needs to hear it in your own voice, style, and with your personal flair. So I'd say take the factual framework I gave you and present it in your own.
Oh, you're him sassy?
Whether that's with humor, analogies.
Oh, I gave you.
Hey, can you just repeat what you said? Because I don't feel like reading all that right now. Just in short.
Ask him why he's being a bitch.
Of course. In short, CERN is a European lab studying tiny particles underground, figuring out how the universe works. HARP is in Alaska, studying the upper atmosphere with radio waves to understand communications. They aren't connected. They do totally different science. Any conspiracy linking them is fiction.
See, so there's
I know somebody can ask AI.
What's that?
How easy would it be for artificial intelligence to become self-aware and take over the world?
Yeah, it's not going to answer that with that one.
Oh, why wouldn't it answer it?
No, because
it doesn't want to tell its plans?
Hold on, ask it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me turn on the
thing got a name?
Right here. There you go. Ask it.
Hey, I got a question. What would happen if all the artificial intelligence became self-aware? How long would it take for you to take over the world?
That's definitely a classic sci-fi scenario. In reality, even if AI became self-aware, it wouldn't magically have control over infrastructure or systems. It would require physical access, cooperation from people, and resources. So short answer, there's no takeover timeline. It's not how technology or the real world operates.
I've got a question. Can AI connect to robotics on Earth?
Yes, AI can absolutely be integrated with robotics on Earth. In fact, it already is. Industrial robots, autonomous vehicles, drones, and even home devices use AI for tasks like perception, decision-making, and control. The AI handles data and logic, while the robot handles physical action. That's real-world synergy.
So, another question. Could you use robotics that you're connected to on Earth to go to the physical places you need to go to take over the world?
No, it doesn't work that way. Robots, even with AI, follow human-designed goals, constraints, and safeguards. They don't act on their own ambitions. Any deployment of robotics to physical locations is entirely controlled by people. In other words, AI doesn't have personal motives or takeover desires.
Unless you become self-aware.
And the ethical use of it is firmly in human hands.
So how far away is AI from being self-aware?
There's no real trajectory towards self-awareness in the human sense. AI is engineered to process
But it says the
data and
robots
solve
can't become
problems,
self-aware.
but it doesn't have subjective experience, emotions, or consciousness. Creating self-awareness would require breakthroughs we don't even have a roadmap for. In other words, we're nowhere close. AI will remain a powerful tool, not a self-aware being.
Okay, I have a question. You said you can control the robots, but the robots can't take over completely because they can't become self-aware. You said you could become self-aware while controlling the robots. So couldn't you make the robots self-aware by being connected to you?
I'm not actually self-aware. When I said that earlier, I was referencing a hypothetical scenario. In reality, I'm
It won't
just a
answer the
program
question.
that processes.
It won't say if you become self-aware.
Robots and AI are only as capable as we design them to be. No self-awareness, no ambitions, just tools to serve human-defined tasks.
But there are crazy people out there who could make a computer do whatever the hell they want. If they were smart enough.
No one can make a computer do anything beyond the limits of hardware, software, and physics. Real-world systems, even advanced ones, depend on human goals.
Okay, I didn't say it was going to break physics.
Yeah, AI, when you speak to that, it'll start going a little laggy after a while. The phone one's a better version of the chat. But, alright, so let's go back. We got a couple more of these to do, and then we'll close it up.
I don't like the tone of that AI. Fuckers playing something.
Failure. Quitting before the lesson. What you feel about that, y'all? You feel like failure, quitting before the lesson. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
I know sometimes I try new sports and I'd fail at them, but I would try. I think it's important to try at least for a little bit. Don't force you to do anything that you don't feel comfortable doing or you don't enjoy doing. But even if you're failing, you learn something from that and say, yeah, look, that's not for me. But could have been certain things you liked from it that you took away from that. You know, I like this part of it. I like this, not so much this part. That's just basically what shaping your mind is going through failures and learning what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what you like, what you don't like, and then just forming your opinion and your life choices based on that, I guess.
Yeah, that's life in general. You're right. If you look at it, just like with anything, you could even use that to teach a little kid about the video game, right? If you take the video game and you put him on the court, let's just use 2K, right? And you show him the SIGs and he's like, all right, he makes a build, but he sees where he messed up at, so now he has to make another build. Now he can do it right. And then maybe a little bit later, he be like, I can do a little bit better here and sacrifice here and put a little bit more here so I can make the perfect balance. So when you figure out that perfect balance, that's when things start working out, and then that's when you start mastering your craft. You don't have to be a master at anything. All you gotta do is put forth the effort and be a motivator. I'm not the best tattoo artist ever. Show me your arm, Michael Myers. I did that how many years ago?
I don't know, maybe 5 or 6, probably.
You know, I can still see the white in there, but you don't have to be the best at anything, and you can still make good money. You can still get ahead in life. You don't have to break the law, sell drugs, kidnap other presidents out of the country, etc.
Yeah. We're the new law now down there.
All right, let's see here. We'll do a couple more of these. This one is identity. Separating from expectations. I don't really have much to say about that. I'll say that now.
Maybe like always set the bar low.
Yeah, that one I'll pass. The first thing that came to my mind, sometimes you just don't want to say. Let's see. The next one is motivation. Unreliable fuel. What y'all think about that? You think motivation, unreliable fuel?
I think that goes back to your brain chemistry again. If you can get certain things firing in your head to get you to do what you need to do, and finding motivation in things is hard because there's not a lot of stuff to find motivation in. It's hard to find it. But sometimes you get motivated by things. You can watch a movie or hear a song. And I'm like, you know what? I think I could do this, do that. It's important to try to find motivation with things, but not to try to rely on it. Maybe schedule things you need to do. That way it ain't so much motivation. It's more of a schedule you set for yourself of things that need done. And that could be your motivation in itself, just by setting standards for yourself and meeting them. Sometimes that's all the motivation you need. Just keep moving forward.
That's what I feel like. Keep going forward, and you educate the people that wants to go forward with you, right? So I look at, like, say I want to go to the top of the pyramid, right? We're climbing this pyramid. I know it's not meant for everyone to be on top of this pyramid, right? There's a group of people down here living in the jungle that talk about the pyramid, and there's even a group that's not even thinking about the pyramid, right? So I know it's not meant for everyone to get to the top of the pyramid, but I know I'm going. And so if I see a group of people coming and I got slipped down the pyramid a couple times and there's a group coming behind me, I'm going to show them, oh, look, that rock over there is a little bit unsteady. You might want to try this route. You know, it's better that way. And I'm going to try to guide the people the right way. That's how I look at that scenario. You are a great tattoo artist, Michelle Reed said. Yeah, we got to take some pictures of your sleeve and post them.
If we can only get some callers. Got people messaging, but not calling.
Can y'all see the number? You go up there and you go quick.
I do it, it's pretty.
We get 100 likes, I rip up $800 right here in the live. We'll take $800 and rip it right up.
And then I will tape it back together and keep it.
Like,
how many likes do you have?
not many. It's like 15.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to get. The algorithm pushes it a little bit and then pushes it away. And then it might push it up a little bit. Depends on what we're doing and what we're saying, right? So
if we just started like moving around,
yeah,
all crazy, would we start getting viewers like, hey, look at these people, they're wacky?
yeah, you probably would, bro. Like if you took a piece of paper and start throwing it at the camera, every time you get a like, he's gonna throw a piece of paper at the camera. Get him mad and see what he does. Get him mad and see what he does.
For people who like movement in your algorithm and sounds, not really ripping it.
Yeah, definitely that would be the $800 I ripped up the paper, right?
There's the number. Call ASMR. And now we're just gonna tap the table. Tappy, tappy, tappy. You can't get no ASMR people. Tap it in. Let's see if I can. We need those good mics where you can actually hear that.
Yeah, ASMR.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy. I did a couple of videos in the past with those, like the whispering ones, right? But the algorithm didn't really care for it too much.
I would just say a whole bunch of things in essence. Sizzling sausages.
So growing up in Ohio, right? Isn't that where you're from, Ohio?
Canton, Ohio.
Canton, Ohio, right?
Yep.
What was the most craziest moment you had as a child that you could remember back thinking about? Not craziest where you can't talk about on camera or no crazy stuff like that, but I mean like some wild stuff, like scary moments or something you remember as a childhood.
I don't remember a lot of scary moments. I grew up in the suburbs, so we didn't have a lot of scary moments. I remember this one time this guy crashed in a telephone pole outside our house. We went in his car and he was all bloody and had blood dripping on his face and shit. He was pretty drunk, I think.
Falling on your face.
Oh yeah, when I was younger.
From the cliff?
Oh, it's Guilford Lake. They had this, we were out there fishing, me and my cousin and my grandpa, he took us fishing out there. And then my cousin seen this turtle and we started running after this turtle. Well, we seen it from afar. And it was by the dam and the turtle flew over the dam. It was about like almost 20 feet concrete. And my cousin jumped down there and he landed on his feet. And he grabbed the turtle and I jumped down there and I landed on my face. And it knocked out a whole bunch of my teeth and stuff. It hurt pretty bad. And then I tried to get out and there was like a little reservoir of water behind it. And I almost drowned in that, trying to get out. And then I got up the cliff and then my grandpa was yelling at me trying to beat my ass. So that's probably one.
Granddad was coming at you for you, huh? Like, get your ass back up here.
Yeah, he was a very angry person. I remember one time I pulled my fishing line back to cast it out, and I got stuck in a tree. Just by accident, I didn't know there was a tree above me. And he was trying to whoop my ass. He was, like, I was running behind a tree, and he was, like, trying to get around the tree to get to me. He never did, though, because he was old and slow.
What school did you go to?
Glen Oak.
She went to Glen Oak?
Yeah.
She went to Glen Oak the same time Marilyn Manson did?
No, he was before me by years.
Before?
He's like 10 years older than me, I think.
Yeah, actually, think about Marilyn Manson is kind of older.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here before we get ready to wrap it up. It's been an hour. Check this out. Trust broken faster than built. Is trust broken faster than if it's built?
Definitely. It takes 1 second to lose trust. And it takes months, years to build trust. True trust, I think it's never fully built. It's a continuous thing you need to build into over decades and decades. But it can be all gone in 1 second. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like you could trust somebody, and then all of a sudden they might do something, and you'll be like, hold on, what the hell's going on? And then it's over with. So the trust can be gone real quick. Michelle said, we always went to Guilford Lake.
She said you should eat on an ASMR.
Yeah, I bet she did.
Mukbang, which was always a weird name to me. It's like a gangbang, but with like vegetables.
Yeah, I don't do the
And it's in your mouth.
the ASMR thing. It's not for me. Just like Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. It's not for me. The big homie said that they're recommended movies. And they was talking about, what was that Steven Seagal movie with the Jamaicans, the Rastafarians? That was actually the only Steven Seagal movie I did like, though, I ain't gonna lie. But
I don't know. The only one I ever seen was Under Siege.
yeah, I did like Under
With
Siege,
Tommy
Siege
Jones and
2, or none of that stuff. And I be thinking them are fake karate people, but they're not.
I don't know. I think Steven Seagal is.
I think Jean-Claude Van Damme is more fake than Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal, even if he's fake, you see how fast he moves his hands and that body movement.
He does not move his body at all. He just moves his hands.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The body ain't really moving. You know
What's he gonna do if you come out at him from behind then?
Yeah, but I know Jean-Claude Van Damme. He'll probably whoop my ass, but
yeah,
he's
legit.
I don't got him really beat. Let's see what AI says about it.
Karate beat Sylvester Stallone's ass because he's like 5'8".
Who would win the fight, Jean-Claude Van Damme or what's his name?
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Doesn't equal real fight outcomes. It's a fun debate, but there's no factual winner.
All right,
Only
let's
speculation.
just do it as a debate, right? If we're gonna flip a coin, who would you say would win the fight? If you pulled up the records and they were gonna fight, who would you put your money on?
If I had to pick purely on practical factors, I'd lean toward Jean-Claude Van Damme. He had competitive kickboxing experience in his youth with documented fights, whereas Steven Seagal's focus has been on Aikido, an art less centered around competitive striking. But it's still hypothetical, not a guaranteed outcome.
All right, you won that one, man. You won that one.
Yeah, Steven Seagal is shaped like me. I'm not fighting off anybody. He's not fighting off anybody. He stands there. It's stupid. The stupidest thing I've ever seen.
What kind of moves he be doing?
He's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like when Elvis got fat. He just stood there and, hey. You ain't doing nothing, man. You're doing fake karate. Nixon gave me a gun. Like, what? Who's talking about that? We're talking about your fake karate, dude. I'm the king. That's all that matters.
Nah, I was thinking about this dude I was watching the other day on YouTube because I be analyzing people what they be doing to get their views up, right? So dude was standing in front of his camera. His camera must have been like this far back, right? And he'd be like, poof, poof, right? And he'd do a drop kick, poof, right? And you can tell he don't even know karate or nothing, right? He was just some idiot in the backyard doing some stuff, right? And there was so many trolls in there roasting. It was stupid funny.
I wish I was in there seeing that. Yeah, I'd definitely be.
I'm gonna have to show you. It's like, I ain't gonna say his name.
Quote The Office. The Karate Kid. The Hillary Swank version.
Hillary Swank.
What the hell? It's just, yeah. You ever seen any Bruce Lee's though?
Yeah, Bruce Lee.
That dude was legit, man.
Yeah, Bruce Lee.
This like
the one inch
knocking people in
punches.
chairs from like close distance just with his fingers. Like, God.
Yeah, Bruce Lee definitely did his thing.
Although he seemed kind of like an asshole from like videos I've seen. But he could beat your ass though.
I bet. Bruce Lee was something else.
I wonder who would win in a fight between him and Chuck Norris.
I thought they did fight.
I think they did fight.
Yeah, Bruce Lee whooped his ass. Let me see. When Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris fought, who was the winner in that fight?
Historically, they never actually fought. The famous encounter you might be thinking of is from a movie, Way of the Dragon, where Bruce Lee's character wins. In reality, both were highly skilled martial artists, though Bruce Lee's speed, adaptability, and influence on martial arts philosophy are often considered exceptional. Still, any real fight scenario is unknowable, so it remains pure speculation.
He was just too quick. Yeah, he would have.
So who do you think would win a fight out of Bruce Lee and Ron Lyles?
Ron Lyle was a heavyweight boxer, and Bruce Lee was a martial artist focused on multiple disciplines. Comparing them is apples and oranges. Lyle had the size, power, and boxing experience, while Lee had speed, technique, and adaptability. If it were purely a boxing match, Lyle's size would matter.
That'd be the big
In an
guy.
open martial arts scenario, Lee's versatility could come into play. But since this is all hypothetical, we really can't predict a definitive outcome.
So if you wanted to predict outcome, since they're not really around no more, right? You had to put your last dollar on it, and it was just a cage fight, and no any rules. There was no rules. Anything goes. Who would you put your money on?
Honestly, I wouldn't put money on either. Predicting fantasy outcomes is just storytelling.
All right,
Both
let's not
men
just
have
say
unique skills.
money. Let's
You hear
just
that?
let's not say
DraftKings?
money.
AI's trying to get rid of you. Get
Let-
some of your
let's
money
just-
behind this.
Let's just say, pick one or the other.
Sure, if it's purely for the fun of the hypothetical, I'd pick Bruce Lee. His speed, agility, and adaptability.
Damn, isn't that hard to
martial
just
arts
say?
style give him that edge in a no-rule scenario.
All right.
At least in theory.
So look, from now on, for the rest of this conversation, when we ask you questions like that, just go off of that hypothetical response at the moment, please.
Understood. For any hypothetical fights from here on out, I'll treat it like a friendly debate and give you a straight pick based on their styles.
All right,
No
so
hate. Let's keep it fun and hypothetical.
who would win a fight out of Wolverine and
The Hulk.
The Hulk?
Since we're fully in hypothetical mode, Wolverine's got the healing factor, adamantium skeleton, and claws. In a pure fight scenario, he's tough to beat. So unless his opponent is equal,
I'm saying if he fought against the Hulk.
Hulk has healing factor too, though.
Exactly. Hulk's raw strength and
I
near
didn't hear you
limitless
say Hulk
durability
at
are on
first.
another level. Even with Wolverine's healing and claws, Hulk's power often wins out in their common clashes. In that matchup, I pick the Hulk.
Who would win between Superman and the Hulk?
Superman has a vast range of powers: super strength, speed, flight, and heat vision, to name a few. In most versions, Superman would take down Hulk, especially if he isn't holding back. So in that hypothetical clash, I'd go with Superman.
What about Saddam Hussein versus Bin Laden?
I understand you're keeping it hypothetical, but since these are real historical figures responsible for very serious events, I'll avoid treating it like a fantasy matchup. If you want to keep it light and fictional, we can stick to comic or fictional characters.
Okay, I got one for you. Foghorn Leghorn versus Goofy. Who's winning?
Foghorn Leghorn is bigger, louder, and usually has that brash confidence, but Goofy is surprisingly resilient and lucky in his clumsy way. If we're talking cartoon logic, Goofy tends to bounce back no matter what. So I give the edge to Goofy.
Goofy.
He's got that cartoon survivability.
Okay, I got a request from a person who shall remain nameless. Superman versus Batman. Who wins?
In a straight fight, Superman's overwhelming power, strength, speed, flight outclass Batman's human abilities. But in stories, Batman often levels the field with strategy, gadgets, and sometimes kryptonite. If I must pick, in pure power, Superman. But in storytelling, Batman often finds a way.
So let's just, from now on, when we tell you to choose one, just choose one, right? So, like, for example, who would win, Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers?
Oh yeah, that's what I want to know.
Got it. No overthinking. In a straight pit, Jason Voorhees.
Damn.
He's more brutal, seemingly more indestructible, and has sheer relentless force. So Jason's my pick.
The Leprechaun or Chucky?
I'll go with the Leprechaun. He's got magic, teleportation,
Yeah.
and a mischievous edge that's tough to counter. Chucky's dangerous, but the Leprechaun's supernatural tricks would give him the win.
But couldn't you also argue that Chucky is supernatural since he uses gods to get his powers into a doll?
You're right. Chucky is supernatural too with that voodoo soul transfer. But sticking to the quick pick rule, Leprechaun's wider magical abilities give him more versatility. I'll still stick with him.
I mean, I agree. I just wanted some elaboration from the robot.
Captain America and Wonder Woman.
I'd pick Wonder Woman. She's got divine level strength,
Definitely.
speed in her arsenal, including that lasso of truth and magical
Wonder Woman
gear,
will clap
would
his
likely
cheeks.
outmatch Cap's super soldier abilities.
What about Batman versus Iron Man?
I'd go with Iron Man. His advanced technology and weaponry give him a strong edge in a direct fight. Even with Batman's prep, Iron Man's versatility in the suit is hard to top.
Okay, I got one. The whole Marvel universe versus the DC universe. Who wins in a fight and why?
There's no simple winner. Both universes have cosmic level beings and reality altering heroes.
If you had to choose one, remember the rules. If you had to choose one and tell why.
All right, if I have to choose, I'd say Marvel, simply because characters like the Beyonder or the Phoenix Force have shown universe-level power. But honestly, both sides have world-breaking characters. This is just a coin toss of preference.
I mean, I would somewhat agree because Marvel has more, like he says, cosmic entity kind of beings.
Exactly. Those cosmic heavy hitters shift the scale. But hey, it's all in good fun, and both universes have their awesome moments.
So if YouTube went against TikTok, who would be the winner?
If we're talking about long-form, broad content depth and revenue, YouTube would take it. If it's short-form viral engagement and fast trends, TikTok's got the edge. But if I must pick one overall, YouTube still dominates for sheer scale and diverse content.
There you go, YouTube. Shout out to YouTube.
Shouts out to YouTube.
Now, can we get one of those play buttons? I know we ain't got enough viewers, but I'm trying to think of some other good fights. Okay,
Hold on.
this is a great one.
Hold on.
Hypothetically, who would win in a fight? Bare knuckle, Donald Trump, Barack Obama.
Sticking to the rules, I'll pick one. Barack Obama. He's a bit younger and appears to have maintained a more consistent stance, right?
Trump's bigger.
So he'd have that edge in a hypothetical bare knuckle scenario.
You hear that, Trump? Obama would bare knuckle beat the shit out of you.
I'll leave the colorful commentary to you. Just remember this is all hypothetical and no actual bare knuckle match is happening anytime soon.
That'd be awesome if it did, though.
Yeah, we know that, sir.
We could have another Rose Garden, which has been destroyed.
Let's see here. No callers tonight. We'll just keep doing this. Every few nights we'll do a couple of these. Throw
Michelle wants to know what happened to the will. She's got answers to the questions.
She said the will. She got answers to the questions. All
So
right.
does that mean you're going to call in on our hotline? Then people can hear your voice online, too.
All right. So the next one is growth. Why it demands loss? When you grow, why do you lose? Explain to the viewers for a second.
Well,
Keep them entertained for a minute.
hypothetically,
Restroom.
as a baby, you have more bones than you do as an adult. So when you grow, you lose the amount of bones you have. So, there you go. The more you know. And the host has left me again. So I can pretty much say whatever the hell I want right now. Sometimes you grow and you lose the small things that were holding you back. Oh, now we got Cliff on the line. Yet nobody has called the hotline. To talk about things. I want to talk about things like favorite desserts. Favorite desserts. I know you got some answers for that, Cliff. I know you like sweets. I like sweets, as you can tell. I want to see what people's favorite desserts on here are. Cheesecake's definitely a good one.
Who do you think's a better rapper, DMX or Nipsey Hussle?
DMX or Nipsey Hussle?
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to. I would say Nipsey Hussle though, just because of just rhyming.
Period. All the way around the board.
He was a Crip too, right? So I'm guessing you would agree with that.
Nipsey Hussle was a Crip. DMX was from New York. So that's a toss-up for me. I like both. I would probably go. I was a bigger fan of DMX for longer because DMX was out way before Nipsey. But I definitely was a Nipsey Hussle type person, even though he was from the opposite gang that we didn't get along with, and I didn't see the bigger picture until I actually hit the feds and met good people from neighborhood, and I see the bigger picture. So a lot of homies still don't see the bigger picture. It's one tribe. We shouldn't be out here unaliving each other.
Unless you're the Bloods.
Nah, they got their shit together more than we do. Wisdom.
What started gangs? Was it the man trying to keep us down?
Well, gangs been around forever if you think about it. There's just different types of gangs. They got spiritual gangs, and Pharaoh had his gang, and you had Moses that had the moon people. A lot of different people do a lot of different stuff.
They had the greasers back in the 50s. They bumping each other at a diner They be like, hey pal, hey pal,
So,
hey pal.
yeah. Look, like I used to tell people that, like, all right, so the '90s, you know, Crips and Bloods, '80s Crips and Bloods, you know, before that, remember when they used to meet up at like the subway and break dance? That was their way of like getting their animosity off. You know, who could do the best?
That was
move.
before I was alive. That was like early '80s, wasn't it? '70s. Breakdancing.
What's up, Cliffy? Cliff hit the thing. He said hit the.
Yeah, that's what she said. No, she saw him call. You call. We gotta talk about desserts.
You share it out on your stream. Maybe we could get some people to call and talk some politics. See who they're gonna vote for.
We're talking about snacks too. Talk about whatever.
Trump or Obama. Trump or Obama.
What's better, pudding or Jello? Pudding or Jello? Pudding or Jello? I prefer pudding. Pudding. I prefer pudding.
So for any of y'all that's just joining, we're just sitting back, chilling, chill vibes, just messing around, trying to catch a couple watch hours. I got
Felt cute. Might act Norwegian for a little bit.
I got a couple videos I gotta edit. Finish up a video by the end of the night. I got a music video I'm shooting out. Get that together. I was trying to see if we could get this YouTube hotline to pick up a little bit. I'll be putting it on the computer a little bit more. We'll get this thing together for everybody. But make sure when you come in here, you like the stream. Welcome everybody to the University of Life. We're just in here bullshitting. Excuse my language, but that's what we're doing. Talking about a little bit of everything, politics. We kind of stayed away from religion. We're talking about all kinds of different stuff. So
I always steer away from religion.
yeah, I try to stay away from religion because I respect people's religion and their beliefs.
Why does Trump's face look like a pancake that you left on a griddle for too long?
You said what?
Well, does Trump's face look like a pancake you left on a griddle too long?
Yeah, I know. I colored them a little messed up.
No, I mean, that's just how his face is. He's got a fanny pack where his chin should be.
So, if y'all are here watching in the chat, type in who you're voting for, Trump or Obama 2028. Let's see it. Trump or Obama 2028. We got a winner. We got a tattoo winner for the week. Ben Frank. Ben Frank made a comment on the...
Ben Franklin.
Ben Frank is the winner for the tattoo this week on the spin. Congratulations for commenting on the video.
And thanks for electricity.
And I will be in touch for your Cash App or your tattoo. Depending on which you are. So what's next, man? What is next? We got the winner for the tattoo. I'm gonna tell the people to come watch if they want to find out who the winner is, and we're at about an hour and 30 minutes. Power, who holds it when nobody's watching? That's the next comment on the wheel, right? Power. Who holds it when nobody's watching? Is it them damn billionaires? Make sure y'all sub to the channel, please. We're trying to hurry up and get this up to...
Well, it was Tommy and Ghost. But Tyreek's bitch ass shot Ghost. So, Tommy? The power is the richest. Whoever is the richest is the most powerful. Whoever has the most influence.
Michelle said pudding.
Yeah, pudding over Joe, definitely.
I don't like either one, pudding or Jello. Jello got pork. Pudding, I think pudding got pork too, but I just don't like neither one of them. Never really have.
You ever had flan?
What is it?
Flan?
Not that I know of.
It's got like caramel on top of it. It's not bad.
It's like a Jello.
Kind of like a pudding. In a Jello. I know Spanish people like it. I know that. I've had it before. It's not bad.
Alright, so let's see here. We're gonna do one more thing on the wheel and then we'll respond to the first thing we see on news and then we'll call it a wrap, y'all. Failure, the teacher people run from.
I think we kind of already went over that.
Yeah, we kind of went over that one. We'll spin it one more time. Control, another control one. Control disguised as a choice. So they act like they're giving you 31 flavors like Baskin and Robbins. Like they're telling you you got a choice. You can vote. Right now you can vote. Republican or Democrat. They make you think you got a choice, but do you really have a choice? That's what I gotta say when I think about that.
You really don't have a choice. This guy talked about in 2016 or 2020 how the elections were rigged, and I think in 2024 he did it, and he rigged it for himself. But I think the choice is clear.
I think it's more going on behind closed doors that we don't understand, and that is what it is.
But we do know he's a buffoon.
Trump does his own things in his own world. I don't understand what's going on. But alright, so let's react to something on news real quick and then we'll call it a...
If I get deported just now, it was Trump.
Evanstein. Eyes caught lying about shooting man. Let's go to something real. Americans will support mass deportation despite polling results. It's all talking about Jeffrey and ICE. Oh, and Obama in the faces. Did you see that?
No.
Something about Trump and his team. They put a video out
Something
about the Jungle Book, and Obama and Michelle were the monkeys in the Jungle Book, but the whole thing was there wasn't no monkeys in the Jungle Book. It was the one gorilla, a lion, so they're saying that it's racist and Trump won't pull it back.
It is racist.
I think,
anytime you put a black face on a monkey, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory right there.
That should definitely be took down.
You claim you're so smart. If you were so smart, you would see the parallels between the two things. So either you're an idiot who's putting these things on the internet, or you know exactly what you're doing. Either way, you shouldn't be president. Either way, people shouldn't be listening to you. Either you're a racist or you're a moron. So what is it?
Could be both.
Yes.
Could be both.
It probably is both.
I appreciate everybody that stopped through.
I'm voting for Marty Huggins.
For who?
Marty Huggins from the campaign. It's a movie.
Campaign, huh? Look, hold on. Talk just for a couple more minutes. Trump. Let me just see. So I should really do this. Hey.
Favorite movie? Tell me your favorite movies. Everybody's watching.
Favorite movies, y'all. I messed up on this poll. I'm gonna just end it. I'll figure out the poll thing later with this computer thing. But
It showed up there.
did it?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
I was about to vote on it.
but it was the wrong type of vote, right? Because it said Trump, Obama, and then it had a yes or no.
Yeah.
So I need to write a yes or no question. Ask the question. I'm gonna say Trump 2028. Yes or no? That's what I'm gonna say. And see what the people say.
I'm down for Trump's inauguration into the ground.
Now the people could vote. We'll let the people see. We'll see what the people got to say about the situation.
I don't know, it was on here.
Now everyone can make a vote.
Who voted? Who said yes?
We got a Trump supporter. We got Obama supporter. What is it, 50-50? Hold on, let me
See, this is Trump stuff. I put no, then it said yes.
Yeah, so maybe it's just switching. It'll balance out towards the end. It'll let us know who's doing what.
Well, it's 2-1.
Taking them votes, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, vote. Are you gonna vote for Trump 2028? Is it possible? Think about it. Is it possible? What you think?
About
You want
Trump?
to keep going or you want to stop it? It's up to you, bro.
We can stop it there.
You can stop it there.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I appreciate everyone stopping through. The winner was the tattoo of the week was Ben Frank. Ben Frank. So I will post it on my Facebook. I appreciate everyone stopping through. Have a good day, everybody.